Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this amazing Wednesday morning? It is Wednesday. It is dreary outside. We have no sun, no anything. It's very dreary out there. Very sleepy hollow. How's everybody doing this amazing morning? How are you doing this amazing morning? You already know what to do. Put I'm blessed in the chat. I'm blessed in the chat. As soon as you walk in the room, put I am blessed in the chat. Good morning, Linda. Linda's blessed. Good morning, Tiffany. Tiffany is blessed. Good morning, Crystal. She is beyond blessed. Yes, 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 yes. Good morning, Donna. She says she blessed too. Good morning, cousin. We know you blessed, girl. We know you blessed. Good morning, Kavi. Grand Rising, beautiful family. Grand Rising, you look beautiful. Thank you. Love your makeup. Thank you. I did green today. I did green. So I was like, I got into the not the hang, but I just got used to just doing three color, like, well, four colors, but I got in the habit of using these same four colors. It helps me create my makeup real fast. But I was like, oh, maybe I should do green because I wasn't going to wear green. So I said, I'll wear green on my eyes. But I decided to wear green. So here we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, Trina. Trina, you are launching today, right? Good morning, Patricia. How you doing, girl? Patricia is back from New York, y'all. It's foggy as all get out here. Expecting more rain too. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The green pops. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So maybe this will be my new color. Good morning, Miss Lois. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? You guys, oh, and Patricia's in the room, y'all. She's going to be teaching on the 29th. So make sure that you put that on your calendar on the 29th at 7 p.m. that she is going to teach you how to make six figures at markets, pop-up shops, those kind of events and things like that. So she is going to show you how they did it and how you can do it too. So make sure that you put that on your calendars at 7 p.m. If you miss it and you're not part of the Honor Society, it's going to be a lost cause for you. So make sure that you get in the room. Make sure you get in the room. Good morning, Miss Betty Rose. Tax season is upon us, she said. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Nene. Good morning. How you doing this amazing morning? I'm blessed in that jury duty. Ooh, they got you. They got you. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Somebody was saying, how do they get out of jury duty? Who was it? Yes. Somebody was like, I need to get out of jury duty. And everybody was like, sorry, you can't get out of jury duty. So you guys, so we're going to start the day off, right? We're going to start it off with the affirmation. And again, I'm going to put the affirmation right in front of me. I've been saying it all night long. Let me tell you something. I've been saying it since like 3 o'clock because I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I was like, maybe if I just keep on repeating it, maybe I'll just make myself go to sleep. I didn't. I couldn't. So I was up since 3. I wasn't up out of bed, but I was laying there and I was saying this affirmation to myself. Right. So everybody, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Today, I'm only available for my expectations to be exceeded. Miracles and abundance flows to me with ease. Today, I am only available for my expectations to be exceeded. Miracles and abundance flows to me with ease. Today, I am only available for my expectations to be exceeded. Miracles and abundance flows to me with ease. We're on day 3. We're on day 3. We're going to do this for 30 days. We're going to say this affirmation for 30 days and record every single good thing that happens along with the emotions that you're feeling as you're writing. You want to make sure you feel all the emotions because the emotion is going to bring the energy and the manifestation is going to get stronger. You're going to vibrate higher and then you're just going to be in alignment with high vibrational things all day. And then if anything try to throw you off track, you're going to say, not me today. And we're going to keep it pushing, right? So we're going to do this for 30 days and put it in your journal, record any good things that happen. I don't care if you found $1. I don't care if it's your boss was happy with you or your job, just anything that made you feel good. Anything that made you feel good. Let's see. Kabi said you could get out of jury duty if you have a child 6 and under. Oh, and don't have anyone to help you. Thank you, Kavi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. 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 Yes, yes, and yes. So that is the affirmation. Does everybody put ones in the chat? Does everybody have the affirmation? Does everybody know what the affirmation is? Yes? What happened? I lost my chat. All right. Only because I'm trying to type it. Any other time I'm typing without looking, because I took typing in high school. And I don't think they teach do they teach typing anymore in school? They don't teach typing, they don't teach penmanship. My son don't know how to write. My son don't know how to write in script. And his penman, his handwriting sucks. And I taught him how to, I've been doing the dots and everything with him. They don't do that in school anymore. Why? And the youngest, oh no, he is not writing script at all. It looks crazy. All right, this is the affirmation for the day. Well, for the month, actually. That's the affirmation. Today, I'm only available for my expectations to be exceeded. Miracles and abundance flows to me with ease. I had to make sure I spelled everything right and I put it in there correctly. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Like, what is that all about? It doesn't even make sense. Like, why? They need it. They're writing. I mean, well, now, they're doing a lot of work on the computers and stuff, but granted, they still need to know how to write. We used to have typewriters. Yes. Remember what is it? J-U-J space. J-U-J space. Remember that? We used to have typewriters and my teacher used to walk around saying letters and marking your paper with red when you messed up. Yep. 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 And then they used to take the white tape out so you couldn't correct it when you gave in your paper. So yeah, they need to bring those back. They type good with their little one finger, the two fingers. They type real good with that, but they don't know how to put that. They don't know what the home row is and what are we doing in school? What are we doing in school? Yes, yes, and yes, 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 yes. We have soap class on Sunday. Yes. Nope, none of that. Home economics either. Yes. Well, what they have some cooking in high school. They did have that. But remember, you used to have the wood shop, and I used to have another class where we used to make like wreaths and things. I remember we took wire hangers and garbage bags, and we had to cut them into strips, and we had made wreaths, and then we put pine cones. We glittered pine cones, and we put those on our wreath. We used to have good things in school. These kids today, they don't have good stuff. Yep, computer class was separate from typing. Yes, remember the computer was black and green. They do have a program called Maven to teach you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My son took culinary. Oh, yeah. I did that too in high school. No, I did culinary. I did that in junior high school. I did that in junior high school. They don't even teach cursive anymore. That's what I was talking about. They don't teach cursive. My sons don't know how to write in cursive at all. Like at all. It's not neat. It looked like chicken scratch. It does not look neat at all. Yes, I did all of that in school. Yep. My 6th grade sons just took it. Okay. They also took typing in 5th. Oh, that's good. That's good. Where you at, Tiffany? In Georgia, right? Yeah, they're not doing that up here. They don't have that up here. No, 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 no. They're not doing that for us. So like, I'm trying to help you with your penmanship, but what are you doing here? I just ended up letting them do what they're gonna do. So it looks like he's in college now. He's in his junior year. He's gonna be fine. He made it this far. He good. He is good. My son learned because he went to Catholic school and they don't play there. Good morning, Laura. Good morning. My son learned, okay, that's her. He had home ec as well. Good morning, Jazzy Faye. They're doing away with cursive. That's crazy, right? Because that's an art, like to me, it's an art form, especially when they do like the calligraphy and stuff like that. And then, when you write it on invitations and you would like nice handwriting, right? But they want you to have this messy handwriting. I don't know what's going on in the school system. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're trying to teach our kids to be dumb. They keep teaching our kids to be dumb. What are we doing? They stopped in 1995. They want kids to know how to write before they start kindergarten. My kids knew how to write before they went to kindergarten. I was reading when I was before I went to kindergarten. Well, actually, let me take that back because I didn't go to kindergarten. I had to take a test so that my mother said I didn't need to go to kindergarten because I already knew what they were going to teach me and I don't need to play all day. So they made me take a test, and so I didn't go into kindergarten. I went straight to first grade. And so, yeah, I didn't go to kindergarten. But my kids knew how to do everything before they went to school. But one of my who went to pre-K? I think Inf went to pre-K. I don't think did Shamar go to pre-K? I think Shamar did go to pre-K. I don't know. One of them went to pre-K. One of them went to pre-K. It's probably Shamar. They print. How do you learn your signature? My son's signature is an infinity sign because my son's name is Infinite. So he's just dope all around. So his is an infinity symbol. And so that's how he signs his name everywhere he goes. And people were like, what is this? And he was like, my name. What is this? My name. That's what it is. Learning starts at home first. It for sure does. It does. It does. It does. My tiny son started reading at 2. You know that what is it that they teach the kids how to read? That thing really works because I did that with my nephews. And my nephews knew all the words. Well, one liked to play and watch movies all the time. That was the older one. But the younger one wanted to learn like crazy. So he knew all his numbers. He knew the words. He knew his letters. And he was like barely speaking. Barely speaking. So good morning, Coco Bean. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I taught my daughter how to write in cursive. Yes. Yeah, I should have took the time and taught him how to really write in cursive. And got those books. Remember, we had those books where you had to practice. Yeah, I didn't do that. Imps is my favorite. Oh, thank God for parents that care. My girls knew their sight words by 2. Sierra was spelling television at 3 years old. Okay, Sierra. My parents used to slap my hand if my homework was not neat and in cursive. Yep. Amir was reading at 2.5. I'll send the videos later. Awesome. Good morning, Janae. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I have too many kids, and they and they all went or are going to pre-K, and all the grades they can because I need a break. And all the grades that they can because I need a break. I know that's right. Like you going to school. You getting out here. Hence why I have damn near I'm just adding stuff in it. Hence why I have near perfect handwriting. Got it. You don't want your hand pop. Hooked on phonics. Was it? No, it was not hooked on phonics. It was something like was it Baby Einstein? No, it wasn't Baby Einstein. It was something like that, but it wasn't hooked on phonics. And they were doing all the words. Well, Jalen was doing all the words. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Latanya. Good morning. Your baby can read. Yes, that's what it is. My baby can read. Yes. That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what I think it was. Yep. And he was reading all the words. And we had him watching all the science stuff. The other one want to watch Toy Story all day, Romeo and Juliet all day. Like I know, or I could recite the lines from the movie. That's how many times I watched it. Caitlin and Sierra could have skipped the grade, but I didn't let them because they were already young. They both were in 6th grade level in the 3rd grade reading and math. You should have let them go. I taught my students how to write and read before school. Okay. Yes, I mean, I had that. Yes, that thing was good. My oldest was writing before pre-K as well. My 5-year-old has autism and currently nonverbal, but he is in reading and he is already, wait, he is reading and spelling already. Sorry. He is reading and spelling already. Awesome. 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 I know Pastor Michael Todd, Pastor Michael Todd, his son, I don't know if he's verbal now, but he was the same. So he was autistic, but he said he's super smart, but he wasn't talking yet. He wasn't talking yet. Wow, that's amazing. Yes, yes, and yes. So, hey Latanya. Hey Tanya. Hey Tanya, you on your walk, girl? Happy Wednesday, lovelies. Love that hoodie. Thank you. Thank you. This was the oldest son's. This was his little venture when he was in college. This is Heart Attire. That's what this stands for. And this is Levin Loyalty. So that is what that stands for. So remember, I said today we're going to start with where we left off yesterday, right? And so I got my notes. And today is going to be a revelation. It's going to be a revelation today, right? So we were saying, how can you invite your customers on your journey, right? So knowing what you know about your business, where can you invite them in on your journey? Again, remember I said my story is not that deep. My story started when, good morning, Yolanda. My story started when my son had eczema and I was looking for a solution. That's where my story starts, right? But where does your story start with your business? I was in a 6th grade reading and writing level in 3rd grade too. But I was in a private school, so I don't skip because everyone was on the same level. Black Kid Magic. Okay, girl, with your private school education, girl. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, so where does everybody, I want everybody to put in the chat, where are your customers going to join you on your journey? So my journey starts when I was looking for a solution for my son's eczema. Where does your customers join you at on your journey? What part of the story did you start making your thing? And this is going to be so super easy for you to actually get what your story is, because I think we feel like we got to get lost in telling a whole long drawn out story and we lose people, right? Because if you're talking too much, when somebody is telling you a story and they so long winded, are you paying attention? No. You tune them out somewhere, right? You're not paying attention to the whole entire story. And so that's the same thing with people. They only listening, like sometimes when you scanning and you reading, you only looking to see what's going to be important, right? You're not looking to read every single thing on the line. You scanning, right? Or if somebody's saying something, maybe you if you are not invested in the story, like it doesn't have anything to do with you or something that you interested in or some drama or whatever you really want to hear about, you tuning people out, right? How many times you in class and you tuning out the professor or the teacher because what they're saying doesn't interest you? You need to know it, and when you have to know it, you're going to cram to study it, but you don't really care what they're talking about, right? How many of us does that happen to, right? How many of us? Let me see. They just sent them the classes when the time came for the lecture. Okay, okay. I still procrastinated with my work. Girl, you need to change because that procrastination's got to get out of your spirit, girl. It's got to go. Like today. Like right now. Building a more intimate bond between couples. I love that. Um, I like the bonding connection. They both sound nice, building, but how so, right? So that could mean a lot of things, right? But think about how so. How so? How can you build that more intimate connection between couples? What by what? I know, right? I feel like mine be a run on. Can you repeat the question? Where are your customers joining you on your journey? Where are they joining you? I said my customers are joining me on my journey from when my son had eczema. They don't need to know about my entire life. They don't need to know what happened before my son. They don't need to know about anything if it doesn't pertain to the product, right? So it's going to start where my son, when I started with my son, my frustration of finding a product for my son, right, that didn't have chemicals and things like that. So this is where my story begins. Where does your story begins? Like, when did your customers join you on this journey? On the glow up, I want them to see the fails and the wins. I have noticed I get a lot of views when I show the fails that turned into wins. Okay, so you know that that needs to be part of your content, right? But what does that mean for your story of your brand, right? Because we're talking about the brand, the company itself, the messaging itself. Where are they joining you in at? Began my journey going through a divorce. Okay, so you was going through a divorce and you started your journey. Okay, and so you'll be able to touch the people who are going through a divorce right now, about to go through a divorce right now, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be able to touch on that. But how does that connect to the product? How can you make that connect to the product? By creating products they could use together. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to figure out how we can incorporate that to tell an amazing story, right? Because reading, listening to your brand story, everybody is intrigued by a story, right? Everybody is intrigued by, and in the story, you can't just give the answer right there, right? Because then that makes for no movie, right? You're not interested in a story like that. Some movies are too long, like Avatar. Like, what other movie was so long? Oh, those Marvel movies, because I'm not a Marvel fan, those movies are too long for me. And sitting there waiting until the next part of the story come on, they lost me already. I'm not their customer, right? And that's a perfect example. I'm not a Marvel customer. They'll tell the story. I don't even know what's going on. But Sean, who loves Marvel, my dad, who loves Marvel movies, or my sons, they love these movies. And so they're intrigued by this. They love the anticipation, and they love all of that, and they love sitting there waiting. My dad will not leave the movie theater until he waits to see if there's some surprise ending, some twist, some turn, or something, right? He not leaving. And so I'm like, let's go. And he's like, we got to see what's going to happen to such and such. I'm like, I don't even care. I don't even know who that is. You know what I'm saying? So they lost me, right? I'm not interested. So you want to make sure that your customers are like my dad, who is going to sit there to the end to see what that surprise ending is going to be, because they know that that's what they're going to give. And so that's how you have to remember. So your story is going to have, it's got to have its interesting parts, so that people are connecting and that they are intrigued. They want to know what's going on. They want to know how you want to help them. They want to know how you're going to make their life better, right? What about your thing is going to make their life better? Don't answer that question, but I'm going to come back to it, right? Let me see what they said. Let me see what they said. Let me see what y'all said. Let me see. That enhances their intimacy. Okay. I hope you're doing a lot of stuff right now. We got Valentine's Day. I hope you got your stuff popping, sis. When they smelt my sister. Maintaining mental balance during the pandemic as a mom and being confined to home. Music and relaxation saved my life, especially my mental health. Okay. Okay. My story began in my salon. In my salon, customers were having skin problems. Okay. Okay. Um, right. Love that, Miss Nini. The Lord of the Rings, I fell asleep. Yes, too long. I fell asleep 10 minutes in. It's long and it's boring. It's long, it's boring, and it sucks. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in those things. Right? I'm not. And so your customers, think of your customers think about, okay, so I want y'all to picture your website, your content, your messaging. Is your stuff a long, boring movie that nobody wants to watch? Be honest with yourself and be honest with me. And you can lie to me, because it's your brand. But Is your story a long, boring movie that nobody want to watch, or is it a long movie that nobody understands? Like, you can't sit me in front of like those gladiator movies and things like that. I'm like, who's this? What's that? What the? I don't even know what's going on, right? I don't even know why am I even watching this, right? Are your customers looking at your stuff like that? Are your customers like, I don't even know what this means? There, like I said before, there are customers, there are people in the tribe that they had a deeper meaning to their products, but I never even knew what that deeper meaning was, because they don't know how to, first of all, they don't know how to bring it together. Second of all, they never even said anything about it. They just automatically assumed that everybody knew that that's what was going on. They automatically assumed that everybody understood what the meaning was without them even saying anything. And let me tell y'all something, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Like, you need to let these people know. You need to let your customers know, this is what's going on. This is what this is about. You need to let them know, because you're assuming that they know something and they don't. Just automatically assume they don't know. Automatically assume they never seen it before. Automatically assume they don't know what it does for their skin. Automatically assume they don't know how to use it. Like, automatically assume they don't know. And even if you say it, keep on saying it, because somebody new is looking at it. And so you need to be sure that you are still drumming that messaging to your customers, or your potential customers, of what you do, because a lot of you guys have dope messaging and dope meaning behind what you got going on, but nobody knows. Nobody knows. And you're like, oh, but I said that before, and when I went live one day, or I said this before in one of my posts. Well, then you need to say it again. Maybe you need to say it weekly. Maybe you need to say it a couple of times a day. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But you need to make sure that you are consistently letting them know who you are, what you do, and how can you serve them, and why is their life better because of you. Right? And this is simplifying your story, because you don't have to go off on a long tangent about all the other, this was happening, this was happening. No, how they don't care about that. What's in it for me? How are you serving me? Why is this going to make my life better? And so we're missing the mark a lot, because we're not showing people how we can make their lives better by using our thing, or by utilizing our service. We're not showing them that. And since we're not showing them that, they're like, on to the next one, right? And so we need to simplify the story, and we need to get clear on what the story is that we're telling. Because if you're not clear on what your story is, that confusion, you remember, confuse them, you lose them, and you will. Right? Because again, we're in the age where everything is fast, information is fast, they're scrolling fast, things are moving fast, everything is moving. You notice that time just seems like it's a whole lot faster. That's because we're occupied with so many other things. We didn't have all these things to be occupied with before, and so time seems slower. But now that we have time to fill, we have things to fill in the gaps, time seems like it's going so much faster. Right? When it's actually not going faster, right? It's the same time, it's the same hours in the day, but it just is, we just are filling it with a whole bunch of other things, right? We have too much information. We have too many things going on. If we're doing something, we got to scroll. We got to, like, if you're making something and you feel like, oh, I'm just doing one thing, but I need to be doing another thing. We got so many other things going on, right? And so we need to simplify what the story is. We need to simplify what the story is. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Let me see what you guys are saying. Good morning, Danny. Good morning. Good morning. The emotion of confidence. Using my body fragrance rollers and soaps will have you smelling as good as your skin feels. Okay. My journey started with my daughter when my daughter was born with eczema. Okay. Trying to pamper my mind after a long day. Okay. Okay. We need to bring those two together, because this is your daughter is born with eczema, and this is your pampering your mind after a long day. Was it because you had a baby and the baby took up all the time? Was it because you were working and trying to be a mom? Were you juggling? Like, why does those two things mean something to you? Like, how can you bring those two together? The emotional ambiance of my candles, the crackling sound of the wood, that's the product. That's the product. That's a very nice description, but it's about a feeling, it's about an emotion. What is that going to invoke in somebody? Right? What does that mean? Remember, they don't care about the thing. They care about what the thing is going to do for them. They care about what this thing is going to mean for them. Does it mean status? Does it mean sanity? Does it mean like that? That's what people care about. That's what people care about. I keep it simple and to the point. Less is more. Losing my parents and feeling lost without support from family, became very depressed and needed an outlet to overcome the emotions of committing suicide and staying afloat with managing money. And that would be great for you too, Janae, so that you could either say, I'm helping suicide programs, I'm helping shelters of women, of divorced women. I offer my services to shelters of depressed women. Who's overcoming, whatever grief, not whatever, but grief. And so I'm putting my time here because this is what I'm passionate about. And people will connect to you in that way because everybody could understand the emotion of grief. Everybody could understand the emotion of things just getting too much on you. You're overwhelmed and you just don't know what to do, right? Because things just keep piling up and piling up and piling up. So that's going to connect you to people too, right? And so people need to know that about your product when you're talking about your product. Convenient self-care. Give yourself a mini massage every time you use my soap, while also gentle exfoliation to keep your skin radiant. Again, that's just a description of the product. That's not the company. That's not the company, right? That's not the brand. The brand is the feeling that the people are taking away from it. It's the values that the people are taking away from it. It's the story that you're giving them, so that they could paint it in their mind. That's a dope description for your messaging, for your products and stuff. But the brand itself, what is that brand? Like if you take those products away, what is the feeling of the brand? So let's say you have Bath and Body and candles now, right? But then you let me see, if you bought in lotions or whatever, right? But it still would have to mean that that feeling is still the same, right? Because the meaning is still the same, because the process of handmade goods makes people feel, like somebody actually took the time to put something together for them or whatever. So you gotta give the thing a feeling. Your brand has to have that feeling, that emotion, right? Let me see. So my goal is to reach the young at heart, that whatever circumstances, don't give up on your goals and build the savings for your success and invest in you. Okay. Trying to balance my life as a mother, teacher, and a wife. There you go. Boom, boom. Instead of it's two separate stories, you brought it together. My newborn baby had eczema and I was trying to balance my life as a mother, teacher, and a wife. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, yes, yes. So this is where everybody is joining you in on your story, right? Tiffany, your story begins because as a mother of da 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 da, I found it important that I wanted to create legacy. I don't know, I'm creating something, but you have to know where it starts. You got to know where it starts, so that way, when you're telling the story, and then you have that graduation of who you are or what you evolve into, people will know it from the whole entire time. They seen the beginning of it until what you got going on now. So they seen it glow up to where it's going to go. Yes, yes, and yes. All right. So that's one of the things that you have to think of. Keep your story simple, because again, nobody wants a long drawn out story that nobody's going to pay attention to, right? Because again, if you confuse them, you're going to lose them, right? So does your product or service help them thrive and survive? No, your candle is not going to help somebody to survive, right? No, your soap's not going to help somebody survive and thrive, right? But you got to sell a story, because it's not just about the soap. It is about the feeling. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? It is not about the product. See, when we get started as business owners, we think we want to sell products, so all we have to do is talk about the product. That's absolutely wrong, right? That only will work for but so long, right? But you have to, that's not going to be the thing that's going to keep you in business for a long time. You're going to have to and somehow engage on a level that is going to intrigue them to spark the emotion that spark, like it's got to be something that they're feeling about that thing that's going to make them feel a certain way. Maybe it's going to make them feel luxurious. Maybe it's going to make them feel like, I only buy high end stuff, so this is going to make me feel that way. You have to understand that. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Put a 1 in the chat if you do, put a 2 if you do not. Put a 2 if you do not. Everything that you do has to engage your customer on a physical level, on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, or a relational level. It has to engage them in one of those areas. Why? Because we have a hierarchy that we always pay attention to. What is it? The Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So we have things that are in categories that are we not fight or flight, but we start reacting based on these things, right? Because if it's not going to be a part of our emotional or spiritual, or if it's not gonna touch us like that, then we're not gonna really pay attention, right? But if it's going to save somebody, if it's going to make you feel a part of something, if it's going to bring you closer to your partner, if it's going to help, it's something essential that you need. These are the things in life that you need, right? And these are the things in life that you protect, right? And so you got to come at your customer on that level, right? Because other than that, they're not, oh, buy my candle, buy my candle. They're going to be like, why? For what? No. And you're going to be out of mind, out of sight, out of mind, right? But if you are saying buy my candle because it's going to save you from going crazy, and it's going to help you keep your sanity, or it's going to help you relax when your kids are driving you crazy because you just go in the bathroom, light the candle, take a bath or whatever. If you're telling them that, they're like, oh, this is going to help protect my sanity. Oh, this is going to help keep me safe. This is going to help me from going off and going crazy on my kids or having a nervous breakdown. This is going to help me in that realm. You've made the connection to your family, right? Well, your customer family, right? You made that connection to them, but you have to show them what you have is important to their life, right? Because it's going to make their lives better by having your thing. Right? Does everybody understand that? You're going to make their lives better by having that. You're going to make their lives better by them having your thing, right? Because they don't necessarily need your thing. So you got to make them see that they need it, right? Right now, people are struggling in the world, right? People don't know what they're doing right now. People don't know how they're making ends meet right now. So if you trying to speak to them people, if you're trying to speak to those people, why do I need that? Because I could clearly spend my money on food. I got 5 kids at home. I don't need your candle. But you gotta show them why they need it. I don't need another jacket. I don't need another soap. I don't need another body butter. I don't need that. You got to show them why they need it. I could be spending that money on something else. I could be spending that money on a luxury bag. I could be spending that money on some shoes. I could be spending that money anywhere else. But why do they need your thing? What does it do for them? The people have to see what's in it for me, because they could care less about your thing. Even though you're passionate about it and you made it from love and you did all these things, even though that is what happened, people need to see what's in it for them. What's in it for them? Yes, yes, yes. Mine is not deep. I started because I just always wanted to work for myself. And there you go. I've always wanted to have my own business. That's good enough. And mine is not that deep either, right? I always wanted to have my own business. So therefore, I started researching to find a way to take care of da 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 da. That's fine. But that's where you start at, right? Because a lot of people started their businesses because they didn't want to work a 9 to 5, or they were stay at home moms, or you know what I'm saying? And so you'll be connecting with those people. And then you have a story because you're taking care of kids. You taking care of a household, and you're still trying to run a business, right? Because you're still important. And there's a message in that, right? Because we lose ourselves in being at home. We lose ourselves in being caregivers and everything. We lose ourselves in that. And we need to know that we are still important. And even though we are not doing what the society says is the important thing to do, and we're home taking care of the kids, this still means something. So I still want my life to mean something, and I still want to be a good mom. And so for my life to mean something, I wanted to start something that was of my own creation. And so I created this business. Boom, bam, bit, there you go, right? Because how many women are lost in the sauce because they're not worried, but they are at home being mothers, and they feel like they're overlooked because their job is not important, because everybody overlooks being a parent and think like, oh yeah, this is what you're supposed to do. But being a parent is hard. Being a parent is hard. And being a parent is little kids, and a few little kids at that, is hard, right? Because you barely have time for yourself. You barely have time. You barely have time to get in the shower and take care and do the things for yourself, right? Because if you're in the shower, you got a kid knocking at the door. You got to worry about if somebody jumping off the couch. You got to worry about if somebody you got to worry, right? There's a lot of stuff going on as a mother, right? And so it's overlooked. And since that is the thing, you're saying I needed to create this for myself, because as mothers, we are overlooked in the society. Our jobs are underestimated, and we're undervalued, and we're doing this all for free. Ain't nobody giving you a paycheck for being a mother. You getting a paycheck for being a mother? No. Ain't nobody paying you, but we reward husbands that are going out to work so that they could, pay the bills or whatever. We reward that, but we overlook parenting. How so? You know what I'm saying? It's still important. And for you to try to be juggling all these things, have all these balls in the air, it should not be overlooked. And that should not just be like, well, I'm just a mother. No, it's important, because we need mothers. We need stability. We need somebody who is going to be home and taking care of us. If we don't, the TV is going to be raising your children. The streets are going to be raising your children. Outside influences are going to be raising your children, and you will not have anything to do with it. And by the time you see something and you catch it too late, and you can't fix it. So now you got a kid out in the street just running the streets. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta make sure that you show that there's importance in being a parent, right? And that is important. That is important. So yeah, it's not that deep, but that part of the story is very important. In them streets, you know it. You know it. Mom life is hard. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it ain't for like, let me tell you, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, but what are you going to do? And sometimes your kids don't really pay it. They don't even care about hurting your feelings, right? They don't even care. And so you're like, oh my gosh, right? I'm tiptoeing over certain situations, whereas you being as honest as you want, hurting my feelings. Like what am I even doing this for? Like, why did I even say that I wanted to do this? Why did I want to be a mother? It's hard. It's hard. And then if you see your kids going down a path and it's not the right path, and you can't pull them back, because kids are, not your kids, but your adults. You can't pull them back, especially when they're getting into that little 17, 18, and they doing their thing, and you can't tell them nothing. So it gets a little, it's trying. It's very trying. So when you say my story is not that deep, I'm just come back and pull it together, because the parents that are at home right now that do want to start something for themselves, they need to hear what you got going on. They need to see you got kids running around the house, but you got your little section in the house, and you making soap, or you doing this, or you getting your business together, or you organizing. They need to know these things, right? So you got something deeper than you think. And I think that's going to be a crazy connection to people that are like you. Busy moms. Busy moms. Did I read that part of my background? So no. Let me see. Food, shelter, and emotions must be taken care of. Yes, 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 Miss Lois. Yes, yes, yes. Preach. Right. And even more harder if you're a single parent. Yes. And you're a parent of boys. And you're a parent of young men. Okay? Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, being a mom is not for the weak at all. At all. Let me see. Being a mom, being a stay-at-home mom to 2 kids under 3. Oh my gosh, yes. And having a business is hard. I know that's right. I know, because they always into something. They want to stick things in things. They bumping their head everywhere. Oh, I know. I know. I used to take care of my nephews and they were under 3. So I was taking care. They were actually, the Irish twins is like the 1 year apart. That's what they were. That's what they are. Being a parent was the hardest job of my life. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I heard their feelings back. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that because I didn't want anything that I said to hinder their future or what they were going after or what they wanted to go after. So I kind of bit my tongue a lot, not letting them walk all over me because that's not what I'm saying. And not saying that I didn't you know say something back. I'm just saying, I just was very careful about the words that came out my mouth because I didn't want it to be something where they, mom, you never did this. Mom, you never came to my games. Mom, you never did, I never wanted it to be that, I never wanted it to be that because they throw that stuff in your face like, what? I'm at everything. What? I'm at everything. Hey, Toya. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I felt I had to be perfect until my grandmother told me a story about my great grandmother, a woman I felt was Wonder Woman. She had a breakdown dealing with her kids, made me stress less. Yes, 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 yes. Because we had a conversation about that before. As a parent, you cover everything because you have to put on the strong face, the happy face for your kids. You gotta deal with their emotions, your emotions, other people's emotions, other parent emotions, like, and you got to be the same one, right? Other parent may not even be worried. Other parent is free of stress, but you, on the other hand, got all the stress. You got stress for everybody, but you got to show up as if it ain't even there, like it ain't even move you, right? You don't have the option to be like, let me break down. How many times you go in the bathroom to cry because you can't do it in front of your kids? Is what we do as parents. Is what we do as parents. So I don't want any of you guys, if being a stay-at-home parent is something that you are doing right now, and this is a part of your life, this is a part of your story. Because again, people need to hear that. I had 3 ages, 2 and under, and it's been a rough ride. 4 boys here. Work from home and special needs. Wow. Yes, yes, yes. I count my blessings and made it. Insert praise shout. Okay. I'm so glad my kids are grown. Yes, mine are too. Everyone keeps trying to warn me of having a girl. Man, be a boy mom for a week. I'm a gangster now. Girl, you ain't seen nothing yet. Amir is young and easily molded. Wait till you get to 16. Wait till you get to 16. Matter of fact, 13 is one of them, but 16 was another. 18 was another. 21 was another. Not for Imp, because Imp seen everything Shamar did, and Imp was like, I ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, mommy. Trina, right? Kids will take you to places you didn't even know you could go. That's right. My sons are Irish twins. They are the same age for 2 weeks. Yes, 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 yes. And my boy has a mouth just like these little girls. But you ain't got to worry about him being fast in the streets. You got to worry about your little girl being fresh in the streets and somebody taking advantage of her because these men don't know how to, they don't know how to be respectful. And they out here being pedophiles, and you got to worry about. My mother didn't let me sleep at nobody's house. Like, I couldn't sleep at nobody's house. I had to sleep with shorts on or pants on, and my shorts couldn't be too short. My mother did not play that. Like, there's no sleepovers. Nobody, you can't sleep over nobody's house. I don't know who's in there. I don't know what's going on. Let me see. I have two girls and I always try to be honest. My kids think I know magic. Mine too. Mine too. Preach. Yep. Those teenage years are nothing to play with. Whew, not at all. I have a 19-year-old and a 16-year-old, and I'm telling you, those pivotal points, that 13, 16, 21. No, 13, 16, 18, 21. Leave you speechless. Leave you speechless. I have a 7-year-old boy and happy I didn't have a girl first. Right? Because the boy could protect the girl. With girls, you got to just communicate. I ask my girls everything, anything at any time. Yes, yes, and yes, you do. Oh, she getting yanked up. She'll have a dad, grandpa, and a big bro. So she gonna be on. Nope, she gonna be sneaky-er. I'm glad you think she gonna be on lockdown. You just gonna teach her how to be sneaky-er. That is it. Girls are sneaks. I had two girls and one boy. The oldest are 18 months apart. All of them have a mouth on them. I'm in the final 16 year with my daughter, and she barely made it to 16. Um, and I had the nerve to start over with the 3-year-old and the 10-month-old. Whoo, what was I thinking? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Like, I am done. The kitchen is closed. My son and daughter are 11 years apart. He was hard-headed and flirtatious. My daughter is the tomboy. Now she's 22. I have to do a double take. I had to do a double take the other day. Oh, right. I'm telling you, these kids are something. These kids are something. So we done got on motherhood. So I guess today is about motherhood. I pray for all of us mothers that have girls. We are not okay. I don't have any girls. I don't have any girls, but I know what I was like. Okay. And I know what my friends' daughters are like. Okay. My two adult sons admitted to me that I make living life look easy. They are realizing all the work that goes into being a mom. It's like it's a 24/7 thing. As long as your kids are living. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm gonna send Amir to embarrass her. That ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. Would it work for you? You gotta think about you when you was a little girl. Your daughter's gonna be you. Not me, because I was certainly not my mother. My mother was different, but I was raised differently than my mother. My mother actually, my grandmother used to party. She was a party queen. And so my mom used to take care of her brother. And so it was just them two. And my grandmother would be out partying and doing whatever she was doing. But yeah, so my mother was raised differently. So my mother was already a nurturer from when she was younger, because that's all she could be. And so my mother was never the partier, never the drinker, never. My mother was never that. So she was always like, right? Everybody else running in the streets, ripping and running and doing all this stuff. My mother was like, not you, not you. You staying here. You coming in at 9 o'clock, and I'm gonna know where you are. And I want to know what you're doing. And straight from school, come get your little sister. Take your sister with you to cheerleading practice. Like, my mother was not playing with me. She was not playing with me. I have 3, and the older 2 made it look easy. And that demon, the baby showing me what I missed out. Oh my gosh. I actually was good, but I was curious. I have a 12-year-old and a 17-month-old daughter, and my son is smelling himself. Yes, what did I miss it? My mental state isn't stable for his mouth, and whoo, I have to keep from hurting him and go walk. Yes, yes. Don't you want to just be like, what the? And you be like, gotta be cool. Gotta be cool. Be cool. I love I love my almost 14-year-old. He can get on my nerves, but that boy always makes sure he lets me know I'm appreciated. And jumps on his brothers if they don't thank me. That's my youngest. My youngest one is like that. My son was my baby for 14 and a half years before my youngest daughter. I can would none of my children's. I can, I don't know what you said. I can would none of my children's didn't have with teen babies. My youngest girl tries it at times, but the other two are adults with no problems. Boy and a girl overall, we are blessed with well-behaved children, no problems. That is amazing, Nene. My parents weren't party goers and never drank or smoked. So, yep, yep. I always say if my youngest came first, I don't think my oldest would have made it. Oh wow. And both were in law enforcement. So if she's like me, she's good. Okay. It's always that one child that can and will wreck your nerves. Absolutely. Yes. And a lot of times it comes out and it goes from 0 to 100. Shh. Whew. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? I know, I know, I know. So I'm giving every mother in this room praise. I'm giving you praise. If nobody told you they appreciate you, we appreciate you. If your children are unappreciative and they acting ungrateful and you think that they don't appreciate you, they do. Because when real life starts slapping them in the face, they're going to be like, oh, wow, mommy, you held it down. Mommy, you held that down. So just know they may not seem like it. They may not even say it, but that's okay. You are appreciated, like Tupac said, right? You are appreciated because without you, there's no glue. There is no glue, right? So absolutely. Absolutely. We done got so sidetracked on off onto motherhood. We didn't even go into the rest of the brand story. But this was good. It was needed for today. It was needed. Um you ain't been to jail. Amir gave me an amazing pregnancy. Then he made his mark in the world, child. Glad. Big kudos to all the moms. You are the real MVP. Absolutely. Absolutely. And especially if you are a mom trying to work, take care of your kids, and trying to run your business. Yes, yes, and yes, you need to celebrate yourself today. Celebrate yourself. I can knock on wood. Thank you. I was like, what? Okay. I can knock on wood because they didn't have babies as in their teens. Yes. Isn't that great? That is so good. So good, so good, so good. I want to tell y'all what I told my sons about babies coming into the house. I'm not gonna say that. But my kids are they out of their 20s right now. So we don't have to worry about it. But yes, I was like, not in no 15, 16. No, you will not. No, no, no. So yes. Yes, yes, and yes. So everybody, I want to say to the mamas, y'all doing it. You are doing it. And keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. Even when you think that nobody's paying attention, we are paying attention. When you think your kids don't appreciate you, they do. When you think your husband and whatever ain't appreciating you, just said, you want to do my job. They don't never want to change places with you. Ever. They never want to change places with you unless you have, a husband or boyfriend or whatever that is that kind of nurturing parent. You don't know they don't want to change places with you. As soon as you leave them in the house with the kids for a few minutes, they like, oh no. Or they just let the kids do what they want to do. My friend, he just let his kids do what they gonna do. Not his kids, his daughter. He just let her do what she gonna do, and she just be all through the house. She want to play in baby powder. She got baby powder all over the room. One day she had band-aids. She put band-aids all over the place. And he just sitting there just watching her, just letting her do her thing. I'm like, you just letting her do all of that? He's like, yeah, she having a good time. A mother would have went crazy. Like, what are you doing? Right? He just sitting there, cool breeze. Cool breeze, punks. Oh no, I'm not going to tell. I'm not going to tell. Somebody might get me for abuse. No. My husband be ready to die after a few minutes with my 2-year-old ripping and running. They don't play. They be like, I'm out of here. I'm glad you back. You go. Can you wash your baby so I could go to the store? They be happy to see you when you walk through the door. They be proud. Oh my God, I'm so glad you back. Right? Um, right. My boyfriend claimed he'll take care of the baby and I could go back to work. Yeah, okay. Um, and who cleaned up all that mess? His wife cleaned up the mess. Neither he didn't clean it up, and neither did his daughter. They clear out the room, and his wife had to clean it up. She sure did. I was like, you just let her go. He was like, yeah, she need her freedom. She's a kid. She needs to be creative. I was like, okay. She needs to be creative. I get it. Because I believe it. I believe it. They do need to be creative. With my nephews, I used to let my nephews, they wanted to wear superhero outfits in the street. They could wear superhero outfits out in the street. We're gonna make they want to live in the fort. They want to have teepees. We went outside, made teepees outside in the backyard. I made tunnels for them out of post office boxes because they wanted to be in a spaceship and all this other stuff. I did all kinds of stuff with them. My nephew Gianni wanted to be a robot. So what did I do? We went in the garage, got some post office boxes, and I made him a robot, and he was happy. We were Ninja Turtles. We got some fabric. We put it over our eyes and cut little holes out. We did all kinds of stuff because I do think that it's important for kids to, their imagination to keep going. I don't think it's right for us to stifle their creativity. I don't. I think we should allow children to be as creative as they can be. Because again, remember I was telling the story about my son and his art, and the art teacher made him do something, and then he didn't want to do art anymore. Now that happened when he was a child. As an adult, he still didn't do it. Even as a teenager and as a adult, he still didn't. And the teacher died, and he was like, good. He was not happy with her at all. Like, she still had something that carried into his life. So I don't do that. Let him be creative. This is why you Auntie Nikki. That's right. That's right. Couldn't be me because both would clean it up, period. They sure did not. They did not. And she went on to her next creative project, whatever that was. She's always doing something. She's just the cutest. She's always doing something, into something, either putting makeup on her mother, dancing, doing stuff with her dolls. She's a good time. She's a good time, but you gotta let them be creative. Yes, creativity creates millionaires. Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember my daughter wearing a cape and riding her alligator. That's right. What we doing? My nephew used to say, Auntie, I want to do blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. And we would do it. We had scavenger hunts. We would have scavenger hunts. We had Nerf wars. We had all kinds of stuff. We had all kinds of stuff. They came up with an idea. We did it. They wanted to make slime at 5 o'clock in the morning. We making slime at 5 o'clock in the morning. They wanted to paint. We painting. My nephew loved to draw. You want to draw? I bought him all kinds of like artistic stuff so he could just draw his heart out, and he's good at it. He's good at it. But I make sure, whatever that creativity is for them, whatever that outlet is, I let them have it. I let them have it. Let them think what they want. Their imagination goes. I go with the imagination right along with them. Right along with them. My nephew told me my nephew woke up because he must have had a nightmare because he was playing one of these video games he wasn't supposed to play. Not on my watch, but on his mama's. And so he had played one of these games. So something, got to him or whatever. And he was watching one of these, I forgot the name of it. It was like Inky or something. It's just some ink thing on YouTube. And some cartoon. He's got little devil ears. And I was like, you don't need to be watching that. Once I seen the video, I was like, you're not watching that. And so he had a nightmare. And so he's telling me what happened. He was like, Auntie, he was looking at me through the door, and we have a glass door, right? And so he was looking at me through the door. And so I went in the kitchen and I got a knife and I stabbed him. I said, you stabbed him? And I'm still going with the story, right? And he was like, yeah. I said, so where the knife at? So where the knife at? And he was like, I put it in the sink. I said, then what happened? He was like, and I washed it off. I said, oh, because there's no blood in the sink. Like, I'm just, going off the story. I know he's telling me a story, but just let him get it out of his head just to see where his head is at. Sometimes kids just need to talk. And a lot of the times they feel like they're not listened to. So I listen. And that's enough. Y'all gave me some little therapy for the day. Hope I gave y'all some therapy for the day. Just in case you felt you were overlooked. And just in case if you felt you were overlooked, you ain't. Right? And so I'm not even gonna say we're gonna get back on this tomorrow. We're gonna see. Make sure that you guys read Your Brand Story by Donald Miller. It is very good. It's a very good listen. Again, you can listen to it on YouTube for free. Bendy, yes. Bendy, yes, 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 Trina. OMG. OMG. I was like, you are absolutely not watching that. Absolutely. Auntie, but my mommy let me watch it. You ain't watching it here. You go back home and watch it with her, but you ain't watching it here. You gonna stay appropriate here. Have a great day, Betty Rose. Have a great day. I started it. It's good. It's good. I'm telling you. It's good. So get that book, listen to it so you can start simplifying your story. Again, remember where you're joined. We already covered that part where you want your customers to join you on your story. And then again, don't make the story long and drawn out because nobody's going to watch a long, boring movie. You got to make sure your movie is amazing. Like you got the coming attractions. Everybody's excited about coming attractions, right? They can't wait to see this movie. That's the same thing you got to do with your product. It's the same thing you got to do with your business. Make them excited for your products. Make them excited for your products. I'm going to also have Amir call you auntie. That's fine. That's fine. This was a great motherly outlet. Thank you. I'm so glad. I didn't want it to go in this direction, but I was like, this is a good topic for all of us because basically everybody in here is mothers. And so you don't have this. Like, who are you talking to? I used to hate being, I don't know if you were like me, but I didn't want to walk down the street. I didn't want to hang out with other mothers. I wasn't that mother. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really want to be around them. I wanted to be, if I be a mother at home and when I leave the house, I'm whatever I want to be, right? I didn't want to be strolling and having play dates, and I was not that mother. I was not. People used to be like, can my son come over and no. No. They could go outside. They can't hang out in my house. They got to go outside. I started listening to it, but I restarted again. Yes, it's really good. It's really good. I agree with Yolanda. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We all need it. We all need it. I did not want to. We don't need to roll down the street with our babies. Oh, how cute. I was not that parent. I did what I had to do, and that was it. Right. I engaged with the parents when we were at football games and practices. I'm not taking your kid back with me. I'm not doing that. You're not taking my son with you. We're not doing that. Right. I wasn't that parent. So this is perfect for those people who feel like me. Like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to be pregnant together. Ooh, look at this. I don't want to do that. Never was me. I know, right? Something's wrong with me. I was never that person. I was pregnant and I would hang out with my cousin who didn't have kids. That was fun for me. Right? Because I don't want your kid running around my house. I don't want your kid pissing me off. I don't want your kid, just touching everything and being in everything, and mine ain't doing that. I don't want that. Didn't do that either. That's right. I wasn't for that parent. I wasn't that parent either. Even at games or practice, always had a book of headphones on. But I wasn't antisocial. Just in case I was late to something or I couldn't pick my son up or something like that, then I was like, oh, okay, Trace, can you bring my son home? Or can you do? When I got older, I was different. But when I was younger, not me. Although, all the kids used to love to come to my house. And I don't know why I'd be kicking them out. Like, what do y'all want in here? What do y'all want? We love it here. Go home. Go home. Go home, Roger. Go home. Yes, 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 and yes. So I hope everybody enjoyed today our motherly talk. Maybe we'll have motherly tea and just shoot the breeze so you have freedom. You know what I'm saying? So you could feel like I'm normal. Because how many times your kids drive you up a wall and you feel like you the only parent that is dealing with something? My kids have had me crazy. My kids have had me crazy. So this was good. This is good. This is very good. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget, on Sunday we do have we have our soap making class. That link is going to go out tonight. Tonight. The link is going out tonight. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, today was a vibe. Yes, yes, yes. And what else? What else? What else? I will see you guys in the morning. If you're watching the replay, make sure that you hit the thumbs up button, and make sure if you love the content for today, make sure you put some comments in there. Let us know if you're a mother, whatever, you know, the kids driving you crazy and you still trying to juggle your business, and maybe you working in, maybe you a wife, and maybe, you know, you got a lot of things going on. Maybe you taking care of elderly parent. We don't know. Right? Put it down in the chat and let us know that you understand what we're talking about, and we know that things get hard. We know. We know. And if you're not following me, do follow me on all social media at Bubble Babes University. That's VABEZ University. And the Honor Society will be up shortly. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes, tonight, BCMC, we have the open forum. So we have that tonight. So I think I may be keeping my makeup on all day. I was going to wipe it right off, but I think I'm going to keep it on all day so I can have it on for later. We'll see. We'll see. So I'll see y'all tonight too, if y'all there. Everyone have a great day. Yes, I've been an empty nester since 2012. Come on, Miss Lois. You got your peace. You got your peace, Miss Lois. Yes. Let's see. Definitely needed this. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. So that's it, y'all. I'll be back tonight at 8 o'clock. I'll be back tonight at 8 o'clock on BCMC, and I will be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll see if we get into this marketing, because we almost there. We almost there. We got one question down. Remember, I told y'all, when I write things down, most times we don't even get to what I'm saying, but today was needed. Today was needed. So you guys have an amazing day. I love and appreciate you guys for spending your time with me, because you don't get this time back. So I hope you got something valuable from it and it was worth it to you. And I will see you guys in the morning or tonight. See y'all.